The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. I have this really cool Magic Show playmat that just got released, and I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it is awesome. And me and Pete Heffling from StarCityGames.com have been working on this for a while to give you the ability to support the show and have something cool to show for it. This type of support allows me to buy equipment and go to different shows and places and bring you more cool stuff that you enjoy week in and week out. So I've been doing this for a couple years, get plenty of people asking me, you know, how can I help you? How can I support the show? Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Check out StarCityGames.com and pick up your Magic Show playmat today.
Hi, this is Evan Irwin, live from the Boston 5K, and...
on a wire. One tries to fly away, and the other watches it close from that wire.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Magic Show. This week we have a brand spanking new spoiler from Magic 2010 that's sure to warm the hearts of kitchen and tournament players alike, as well as live coverage of the Boston 5K finals and plenty of additional video clips. Let's go! So next month, Magic 2010 is going to hit the metagame freight train style, and holy crap does it look fantastic. We've got incredible dual lands, ball, lightning, silence, siege gang commanders coming back, and just look at Lightning Bolt. Oh my god, Lightning Bolt. It's back. I can't believe it. The card they said was above the power curve is in fact right on top of it, grinning foolishly. I mean, look at that flavor text. Best flavor text ever. Come on! Way to go, Wizards. I, for one, can't believe this gem has returned, and I'm totally loving every minute of it. Lightning Bolt will be on everyone's deck list this year, and I'm totally pumped. Alright, so my spoiler for Magic 2010. Are you ready for this jelly? Because feast your eyes on Master of the Wild Hunt. Oh man, that's some goodness right there. I don't know if you realize it, but free dudes are never bad. Now, before we get into it, let me recognize that yes, Creekwood Liege wasn't quite the free call of the herd every turn I wanted him to be, but Master of the Wild Hunt is superior in a few ways. Firstly, he's +1/+1 with an easier casting cost than Creekwood Liege. Secondly, he makes 2/2s that are still 2/2s even after he dies. And lastly, he's a shaman, which helps a certain kinship creature that would be happy to rock alongside this guy. Hey, I'll add one more excellent point. There is an incredible wolf that has played at the top tables all day long, which will happily combo with Master of the Wild Hunt to mow down your opponent's forces. His name is Chameleon Colossus. Notice that only Master of the Wild Hunt needs to tap to activate his ability, meaning you can untap with Master of the Wild Hunt, play Chameleon Colossus, and proceed to crush. 2 Master of the Wild Hunt just seems absurd as you're pumping out 4 power a turn, and few of any decks can keep toe-to-toe with that kind of firepower. Now, the drawbacks to this guy are few, but most notable is the 3 toughness. With Lightning Bolt back in the format, everything with 3 toughness is suspect, but again, free dudes, or dudes every turn, is something you should not underestimate. Elspeth and Bitterblossom, even with a life payment, have proven that if you can pump out a dude every turn, for whatever the payment, that you can continually put pressure on your opponent until you run them over. Master of the Wild Hunt gives you that and a way to kill your opponent's creatures, and also works awesomely with guys like Knotvine Paladin and cards like Overrun. There is no shortage of interesting combos that can result from this guy, and he uses his wolves to destroy your opponent's creatures while safely standing on the sidelines. I, for one, expect the next generation of elf/shaman decks to feature Master of the Wild Hunt, along with the green-white token strategies taking advantage of him as well. If it was even possible, Chameleon Colossus got even better. Yes! Now, over the past few weeks, everyone has been freaking out about the loss of damage on the stack, aka Mog Fanatic got robbed. But as the weeks wear on and people calm down, they recognize that things need to change for the game to grow as a whole. And yes, Death Touch got nuts, Lifelink got worse, and sacrifice creatures like Dauntless Escort will no longer be bombastic. But Magic 2010 doesn't just change the game rules, it changes the tournament rules as well. Here are some new tournament rules changes coming with the release of Magic 2010. The first, and the biggest, is that you can use sideboarding notes in a match. This doesn't mean you can use notes during a game, which is still prohibited, but now you can use any notes you like to remember what to take out and what to put in for each archetype you face during your sideboarding. For some, this is advocating a cheat sheet from which you can work off of, and for others, it pushes the viability of rogue decks because now you can keep extensive notes on how to play each matchup and use those notes to your advantage. The second major change is that spectators may now request that you wait while they fetch a judge on you. Now, this is a tricky one, as it means you may be in the middle of a tense moment and all of a sudden an onlooker thinks you made an illegal play and everything is disrupted. Sure, you don't have to pause for them, but in the real world, my guess is these interruptions will all be given credence, and as such, you can be in for a few new annoyances. I don't like this change because giving spectators any sort of leeway over what's happening doesn't seem like a good thing. Yes, I've seen illegal plays and had to call judges over, and yes, sometimes you don't catch them fast enough. But there's a difference in the ability to call a judge over and the ability to stop a match in play, or, quote, ask players to pause while you do so. You can't tell players why you're asking them to do so. You may only ask them to pause and get a judge over there. I gotta say, it's not the most exciting change, and it's the one I'm most worried about. The last minor change of note includes finally not giving a crap about the order of cards in your graveyard, which is silly at best and annoying at worst. Lastly, I'll mention Duels of the Planeswalkers, which launched last week, and I gotta hand it to Wizards of the Coast. It's the first digital product I can recall in a long time that doesn't suck. In fact, it's downright marvelous. Sure, I can complain about there being no option to restart a game easily or skip the rest of my turn, but it is magic, it is easy to learn and play, and it more than pays for itself. Yep, just by playing and purchasing a copy, you can get a foil alternative artwork Garrick Wildspeaker, meaning this $9 game pays for itself at least twice over. That's a $20 card just for playing. I've put in quite a few hours with this game and can safely say it is fantastic. But seriously, give us the ability to skip the rest of our turn. It really shouldn't be necessary to wait until the timer goes all the way around the life total twice before our turn is over. Make it an advanced option or something if you like, but make it happen. Alright, that's all I have time for this week. Join me in 7 days when we do this all over again and snag a playmat for me, would you? Until next time, Magic players, this is Evan Irwin, tapping the cards so you don't have to.
They were sitting and just talking over everything when everybody was for fighting. You wouldn't want to waste a thing. Cold, cold water, bring me round. Now my feet.
I always like the fatties.
Cold, cold water, wash your say, and it's such.
Had an idea for a skit that was like, so anyway, so you can turn that off.
Do you want to see the world a different way?
It was like me, okay? And then there's like some really hot chick who's like, and we're like talking, but it's like, the music's like overlaid or something.
Yeah.
The music's, it's some kind of like little light rock music or whatever. And then she's like talking, okay? It's obviously like, and then I'm like, whatever. Okay. And then next is like some super hot chick who's really into me. It's just a different one. And I'm like this, okay? And then the last one, it's like a really big chick, okay? And then I'm like really into her or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I walk out with my hand and I do this to the camera and it says, I always like the fatties. Anyway.